You might be wondering, how did I get started in technology? Well, I've been in technology my entire life. As a matter of fact, when I was 9 years old, that's the first time I sat in front of a computer. You see, my mom was a systems analyst for Bell Laboratories in New Jersey. And let's just say I stuck with it all these years. I can't talk about politics, and I don't talk about anything financial, only technology. So when I ran across Allie Weber's story, I was like, this little girl's amazing. She's 13 years old. And she's the co-host of Mythbusters Jr. And let's just say she's a total whiz kid. Hey, Allie, thanks for joining us here on the Kim Komando Show.
Hi, thank you so much. This is super exciting.
So now, you are quite the little inventor.
I really enjoy inventing.
So what was the first thing you invented? You were what, did I read 5 years old?
Yeah, so when I was 5 years old, I wanted to build a robot for the science fair, and my mom was like, oh, you're a little bit too little to build a robot. So I did something else that year, but the next year during the wintertime, it wasn't even close to the science fair. I was like, I'm gonna go downstairs and build my robot. And my mom was like, okay, whatever. So I went downstairs and I came up with it half done. They're like, okay, I guess you are building a robot for the science fair. So that's really where it all started.
While most 5-year-olds are playing with Legos, you're trying to figure out a robot. What did the robot do, Allie?
Yeah, so it was made out of all recycled materials, which basically just meant stuff I found around the house. I tried to figure out how I could use the most recycled materials possible so that that way it'd be the best for the environment. That was kind of my science experiment. So what he did was he had these hands that could open and close, and he could swivel, and he had a head that popped off so you could put storage inside and store anything you wanted there. And he was roughly the same height as I was, so I thought that that was really, really cool.
That's awesome. And so how many inventions have you had since then?
I don't know. There's a lot of inventions. I've definitely been very busy over the years. I haven't counted, I don't think, but I probably should do that in the future.
So what was there ever an invention, Allie, that you put together and then you thought to yourself, wow, this is really something? Did you have like that aha moment with anything so far?
Yeah, so I feel like basically with everything I've made, that's one of the best things about inventing is that you take an idea from your mind, and it's just an idea to start off with, but once you actually put it together, then you can see it and actually manipulate it with your hands, and it does what you want it to, and you're like, oh man, this is the coolest thing ever. And I feel like the invention that did that the most for me was one of my more recent ones, the blow-dart spirometer. It's for kids in the children's hospitals that allows you to take respiratory readings that you need, except for it makes it a lot more fun by allowing you to shoot a foam dart onto a customizable whiteboard target at the same time.
So instead of just using, what is the blue tubes that you just blow into?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So now there's a game attached to it?
Yeah, so it makes it a lot more fun because nowadays kids sometimes have to take respiratory tests up to 12 times a day, taking 3 tests per set, and that gets really boring after a while. So I wanted to make it more fun.
Well, that's pretty awesome. So you take a problem and then you try to come up with a solution.
Right.
And so have you ever come up with a problem where you haven't yet come up with that solution yet?
Oh, there's a lot of problems in the world that I feel like need solutions. Some of the top ones that I can think of are Alzheimer's and cancer and stuff like that. But one thing that people always ask me questions about is how to find the right problem to solve. And I feel like the really simple answer to that is you don't have to solve the huge problems at first. It's just a combination of all the little problems that you can solve, simple things in your daily life, like not being able to play card games in the car. Like I made an invention for that, and maybe not everybody has that problem, but it definitely made my life a whole lot easier. And so just those little things stacking up go forward to change the big things.
I'd like to invite you to my house because for some reason my son can't take the dishes out of the sink and put them in the dishwasher, Allie. Can you come up with a solution for that?
Probably. If I had enough time and materials, then I would definitely be able to solve that problem.
So how many subscribers do you have on your YouTube channel?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. The last I checked, it was probably like 2,000 something, but I'm not sure.
Well, you're just getting started.
I recently got a new editor for all my videos, Sean, and he's been making my videos way less cringy lately, so that's super good.
And define cringy for anybody who's like define cringy for anybody who's over 40, okay?
Yeah, so before me and my mom were just editing my videos, and they were still really good videos, but now the quality has definitely upped a lot. So they aren't as hard to watch as before.
So what are you working on now?
Well, right now I'm working on a trifold display board that is made out of corrugated plastic and is reusable for science fairs, because whenever I go to a science fair, I always use the normal trifold display boards, but I use so many of them that they end up being really wasteful and expensive and stacking up in my house. So I wanted to make one that was reusable for multiple projects at the science fair, so you wouldn't have to buy a new one every time or store like 5 of them at your house at once.
So now, do you want to go to work for NASA? Because I see that on your shirt.
Yeah, when I was younger, I really wanted to be an astronaut because of Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story. He was like my role model. But now I'm kind of creeped out about dying in space, so I might go a different route maybe. I'm not quite sure what I'll do in the future yet, but I feel like it's really important to understand as well that there are a lot of jobs that haven't been created yet, and so there will be a lot more opportunities for me in the future to figure out what I want to be, and that's really great for somebody of my age because I am really indecisive and I probably have no clue what I'm doing at this point, so yeah.
Now, Allie, what would you say to girls who are not really interested in science, technology, engineering, or math? What would you say to them?
I feel like science, technology, engineering, and math is really important for people because it drives our everyday lives. You can't go a single day without encountering it at all. And I feel like it's really important also for women to be in STEM because you need to have that representation.
Well, Allie, you're really a great gal. You're such an inspiration for so many people. Thanks for joining us. And will you keep us posted on everything that you have going on? I want to hear about all your inventions.
Sure, yeah, no problem.
That'd be awesome. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is just an example of really how technology can change a person's life. I mean, look at little Allie. I mean, could you imagine what she's going to be 10 years from now, 20 years from now? So whether you have a boy or a girl, it's really important that you get them into STEM project. We're talking about science, technology, engineering, and math. We'll post a link to Allie's YouTube channel over at the show pics section at komando.com. And if you have a story that you'd like to share with us, maybe something that you saw in the news, just drop me a line. Go to komando.com, and at the bottom of every single page, there's a link that says Contact Us. Hey, thanks for watching. Now, a few things. Don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And for more digital know-how, check out all these other great links.